What's up, guys? Chef Jeff, this dope cooking show. Hey, how you doing? So if you're here and you heard that I, Chef Jeff, have a cooking show, and somebody told you to be here Tuesday at 5:30, so welcome to this dope cooking show. We're gonna get right into it this week, guys. So a couple of weeks back, I answered some emails, I answered some comments and questions. So another one of the questions was that somebody asked me to show how I do meal prep. So I will show you how I do meal prep for me. So on this episode, we are going to meal prep some stuff because I started my 75 salt challenge and I gotta have nutritious, good, delicious food. So I have to make sure that I got something already locked and loaded so that I don't like impulse eat. Cause that's the thing. Like I'll be out riding and be like, I want something to eat. And then next thing you know, I got a double cheeseburger. Or, a 12-piece nugget from Chick-fil-A. So in order to keep all of that from happening, I have to meal prep. And so far, I have lost 49 pounds, right? So we got to keep that off and I got to keep it smaller. So the question, I want people to be like, is he sick? What's wrong with him? Have you seen him lately? He all right? Yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's the goal, right? So we got to stick to it. So we've been getting up, going to the gym. It's been a struggle, but I know myself, I know me. Once I get into it and get to going more and more, it'll become a habit and it'll become easier. Right now it's a struggle because it's the summertime. I ain't gotta go to work. I ain't gotta do nothing. And I'm like, I'm getting up early to go to the gym when I can roll over. All right, then. So, I mean, you just got to make it a habit, and it's hard sometimes. So if you are on the health journey, you are not alone. You don't feel like you are by yourself because you're not. There are people all across the world, all over America, even in Texas, all over Texas, that are dealing with it, struggling with getting up, going to the gym, and living a healthier lifestyle. So I am probably 98% off cheese. No double cheeseburgers, no like fish sandwiches with cheese on them, no more pizza, no more nachos. Just, I'm over it. The end result for that 15 minutes of eating time, it just ain't worth it. It's just not worth it at all. I just can't, I can't just, that pain, the irritability, I thought I had IBS. I ain't gonna even lie. That's how bad it was. Like I thought something was so wrong. I had to go to the hospital. I thought, but a couple of days, I really know my system, right? I really know my body and how it works. So I can tell you, like I'm pretty, familiar with like if I eat, I know what's gonna bother me and what's not. And so I've been eating, before I started my, get healthy, I've been on a journey for a while, right? Off and on, like sporadic. I lost a lot of weight 2 years ago. So on my 40th birthday, I was like 260 something or other. So I had got down from like 280 something. It wasn't 280. It was back, like I was almost 3. So I go back, like I fluctuate, right? If I just let go, I'm gonna get up to like 290, 297, 300 pounds, right? But then when I start getting, back into it, I get down to like 270, 275, 260. So like I'm down now to like 246, 249. And we're gonna keep going. The goal is like 185. No, the goal is like 195, 210. That's my goal. So we're gonna keep going from there. But I had gotten to the point where I had got, bigger, was doing a lot of partying, kicking it, eating the wrong stuff, eating late. Eating late is oh my God, like coming home from being out, you be like, I want something to eat. It's always something open. It's always something, and none of that stuff is bad for you because you're going to eat it and go right to sleep, right? So I get in the habit of doing stuff like that, snacking late, eating late. And so here's of late, I fast until 11. And I have my eating windows from like 11 to like 6:30, right? And I don't eat anything. I try not to eat anything after like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I try to like have my last round of water, foods, whatever I'm gonna do by like 8:30 so that I don't have to get, I've been like figuring out like, what is it that's making me get up and go to the bathroom at night, right? I get into it. Like I get down in depth with like what's going on in my body. I really watch myself. So, like I said, I lost a lot of weight for my 40th birthday and I'm kind of in that same range now, but for whatever reason, just don't feel like it. So maybe I was not as small as I thought back then, or I was bigger this time and just took a long time to get back there. So anyway, we're making progress. This weight loss journey, we are making progress. So, I find it fun to meal prep. I guess it's just one of those things that I kind of enjoy doing. I started Clean Eats to You back in 2014. 2014. And I started it then. I had got laid off from my job randomly, I needed something. Like I had to bring in some money. The bills wasn't stopping, so I had to figure something out, right? So what I did was I created Clean Eats to You. Now, I did not know that there's a Clean Eats with a Z on like the East Coast, right? So a lot of people got me confused with them. But I was doing stuff like shipping food. I would ship food to like Alaska, way down in Florida. I shipped food to like the East Coast, all up and down that area, Washington, Atlanta. At the time I was staying in Tennessee, so I was shipping food to Atlanta. So it was a whole thing. Like I would get, I would meal prep at night, freeze them, then go and get boxes and build boxes with foam in them so it would stay cool, buy dry ice. I would do all that stuff and then try to time the shipment. So like I would get out of the box and the food ready and then be the last, I would get to UPS and FedEx before they last truck before the day went out, right? So I knew that like it was on its way, but it wasn't gonna be too long before they got it over. And like next day air shipping, next day ground, like the shipping was crazy, but it was a good run, right? And I created that for people that were like on the go, people that didn't have time to get food, eat a healthy meal. People were always on the go, going places. And so at the time, we were going to the gym like twice a day. We were going in the morning and then we were going in the evening. So if we had to go in the evening, by the time we got done with an hour and a half workout, it was 7:30, 8 o'clock. And you got to try to come home and eat. We was kind of defeating the purpose. So, and then the frequency of the meals, you're supposed to eat 5-6 times a day, right? Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack, you know what I mean? So to really get that type of food in, you got to have meal prep. I mean, just one of them things. So I created that company at the time for the convenience of having food, and it really took off. I met a guy, his name is Rydell Mays. He was an up and coming boxer at the time, and he worked at a place called Knockout or 9 Rounds, something like that. Anyway, he got wind through Doc that I was doing meal prep, and dude, he recommended me to every single customer he had. It was times where I was trying to go out of town. I would have to come back early because I had so many meal prep orders piling up on me that I couldn't get. I knew that I had to be like back at home. I didn't have time to play. I had customers in St. Louis wanting stuff, and then I would run specials like 4 meals for $20, right? What? 5 meals for $20, 6 for $20, it was crazy. But at the time, there wasn't the thought of inflation. The food wasn't as expensive as it is now, and I just had a system. And it worked. It was like flawless. So, I mean, I had in-town customers. I had out-of-town, out-of-state customers. I'm shipping dry ice. I got to know the people at like the FedEx store. I got to know the people at UPS. So I knew if I couldn't get to FedEx by a certain time, I would have to go down to UPS. And it was crazy. I mean, I had stints where FedEx was stealing my food. I had like 3 orders go out and they were marked delivered. But then the customer was like, I ain't get them. I don't know what you're talking about because I don't have it. They was marking it delivered and then eating it. So I had to switch it up on them. Like, it was crazy for a little while. So that's how me, Chef Jeff, and Meal Prep got started. And since 2014, 15, I've been strong ever since. So, you know, we coming up on this thing. I normally get athletes. I had a bodybuilder. I had 4 bodybuilders at one time. I've always had Rodell, boxer. I've had the Tennessee Titans mascot. He was a bodybuilder. I had him for a little while. Meal Prep. It was crazy. And, you know, you never think that, like, people are, so you think people are serious about their food, but like for bodybuilders, oh my God. Like, one dude, I sent him like 30 meals one time. And that didn't last for like 3 days. So it's like every 3 days I was making 30 meals and shipping them out. All for a shout out for like networking purposes, and him shouting me out and saying use him and blah, blah, blah. He was from like North or South Carolina, far away. Anyway, that didn't last long. It's cool. And you learn business, being an entrepreneur, you learn every day, all day. You learn edit, you learn that having a website, you got to continuously look at it, edit it. You got to continuously explain to people. I had one lady that ordered a bunch of meals and she wanted them that day. And I was like, I never told you that. And so she was like, I don't have them and I don't know what to do and all that kind of stuff. So it was like, I mean, I got a turnaround time. I can't make them. So to please that lady, I had to make all her meals and then take them to her on her job. So it was one of those things, like I could not get ahead at that point. So I had to just figure it out. So yeah, I got to the point where it was like, whew, this is a lot. Like late night, early mornings when that song was out, that was literally my testimony. I would work all night, still go to work, get up the next day, go to work, and then come home and like I would leave work, hit Lowe's or Home Depot, buy boxes, styrofoam, go to the Publix at the time, buy dry ice, and try to build a box, get all the food in there, and put the dry ice on it before the dry ice starts to melt. And then dry ice is a chemical. It burns when you touch it. You can't breathe it. Like, it's crazy. So it was like a whole operation that I had to like get done and make it happen. So I kind of dialed that way back. And now, don't get me wrong. Clean East you paid a lot of bills. It got us out of a lot of jams. It helped me stay afloat at that time until a new job came along. And so it was straight. It was straight. That taught me a lot. I learned a lot. Like I said, I took that lady her food and it was way across, like 45 minutes. At that time, 45 minutes was a lot in Nashville, Tennessee, because you had to fight traffic over Crawford. So she stayed in like a place called Old Hickory. I lived in a place called Murfreesboro. So that was 45 minutes. Then I had to find out where she worked at. It was crazy. And so after I went through that with her, she became like a loyal customer for like a long time. And what's the thing? I had a lot of loyal customers that hit me up every week after week, month after month for food. And I really did well. So like, I'm really proud of that experience. That's something that I can always look back on. It took a lot to do and I did it. And so we got it done. But man, like looking back over that, I couldn't go back to that at all. So, and then at the time, like all these other meal prep companies wasn't popping like they are now, like HelloFresh and Factor. And I think Factor was just getting started when I was started. Clean Eats on the East Coast had been around for a while. Like they had been. And so when I found out that they had, my customers were getting us confused, I kind of slowed down a whole lot and kind of just stayed within my little area, stopped shipping food. That and then a mix up with FedEx, I was like, nah, I'm good. So today we are going to meal prep for me and Doc. We're going to put some stuff together and it's going to be quick. I just kind of want to show you guys like what I use, some of the seasonings that I use with my stuff, how I season things. So that way like I don't freeze mine, because we go through them so quick, right? But normally I would do the meal prep, go through that whole meal prep process, seasoning and all that, and then freeze them, right? I would freeze them until the customer picks them up or I meet the customer. Then they got a whole 7 days of fresh meals to use from. So my idea was, to make the meals, freeze them. And so they was like TV dinners, right? 2 or 3 minutes in the microwave, you're good. So I was like, well, this is perfect. I had a whole plan of like getting the actual TV tray machine with the film over it, all that. Then I was like, nah, let's just kind of keep it. So I have forever been the tray the black tray with the clear top, king. Like, I would go to Restaurant Depot and buy a case of them ones, 2 or 3 of them, or have Amazon give me some. Now, Amazon, you got to know your sizes, but they'll get you some kind of almost like same day. And they come in like sets of 20. But I would go get a whole case of them, 150 sets. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, I was buying 2 at a time and going through them by the end of the week. Like, it was that intense, right? So you thinking like, 300 meals? Bruh, what? Me by myself in my apartment kitchen, because I stayed on the 2nd floor and I stayed in an apartment. Ooh, you talking about not having what you need? So you got to get yourself ready to go to the store. Go down the steps. Go to the store. Come back up the steps. Find a park, because in an apartment complex, you snooze, you lose. You lose that parking space, you're done. You got to walk from the other side of the complex or something. And where I stayed, there was a lot of people there. Anyway, yeah. So here we are now today. So we're going to meal prep us some food. We are going to do ground turkey, salmon, and probably some chicken breast. Yeah. And, yep, we'll just mix some vegetables with it. I'm not really big on vegetables. I just kind of like want to get it in there, right? I kind of get a little more creative with Doc's stuff because sister throw some jalapenos on something and she good. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't all too meal prepping. And so I'm not really, I know that like the stuff that I eat is like no more than 600 calories, right? So I'm already in a calorie deficit. Eating these meals. I'm on protein shakes in the morning, my vitamins, water all day. This is what I drink my water out of. This is what I drink my water out of. 2 of these. Get my water all day. So, you know, on this 75 soft challenge, you got your water, you got your 10 pages out of any book, healthy diet. It started raining. Healthy diet and a workout. One workout. 45 minutes or 30-minute workout or whatever. So we in the gym. You know, I'm in the gym every morning. 45 on the treadmill, 10 on the stairs. More treadmill than stairs. The stair machine ain't no joke, and my body ain't got used to it yet because I have a back injury, right? So I haven't really gotten used to it yet, but and I had to start over. I had got up. I did 30 minutes one time. I was trying to prove to myself, and then I had my buddy was like, "Bro, you could do more than that. You got more in you." And I'm like, "You right." But I really didn't. I pushed myself to see, but that day, like I had to work the rest of that day after being on that thing for 30 minutes. It was agony all day. So I'm trying to ease into more of that because I know it's gonna get the weight off quickly. But you know, as of right now, we on a good pace. So by August, September, find me without a shirt somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be little. I'm gonna be Little Jeff. Little Chef Jeff. That's what you call me, Little Chef Jeff. So that's what I'm on. The college kid has gone to her internship. We dropped her off. She is there. Hopefully she had a good day. We'll find out when we reach back out to her, see how it's going. And that's pretty much it. I'm getting ready for my one outside day all day for June 22nd. Texas Whip Fest is coming up. I will be there. I will be in the place. That is going to be my day of Jeff and cars. Do you hear me? I mean, I just be walking around all day. Hot, sweaty, sticky. Oh, it'd be hot. But that'd be the one day I'll be outside all day. Once a year. So I'm looking forward to that. That's coming up. Father's Day is coming up. I hope they got me some good gifts because I've been fathering my butt off. You talking about? I'm talking about. I've been dad of the year out here. I mean, putting it down. So I hope they got me some good gifts. I ain't gonna even lie. But if they don't, it's cool. It's cool. It's fine. But you know, Father's Day. Hook your boy up. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming up. I'm excited about that. I am still on my leave. So I am enjoying my Sundays, enjoying being in other places of worship, and just chilling, moving at my pace, moving at my own pace. So that's all we got going on for right now. So we're going to get into it, guys. So I'm going to go get ready. We're going to jump right into it. Peace. Nah, not peace. Call your friends, tell your friends we meal prepping this week. It's time. Like, call your people. Tell them, hey, look, Chef Jeff is on. We did that ranch dressing last week. And that ranch dressing was fire. Everybody that tried it hit me back and was like, yo, this was it. This the one. This spot on. This it right here. So shout out to everybody that tuned in last week. I hope y'all, got that recipe. And then write it down now. write it down, or you got to come back and check me out again and find it on YouTube. This Dope Cooking Show, all one word. Subscribe while you're there. Like, comment, like, comment, subscribe, all that. And then, we're going to get, and then have it at the next party. You can put your wings out with the ranch dressing. Don't even say nothing and just watch the people. They're going to be like, oh, yeah. Because I hooked y'all up. So hit your friends up. Tag your people. Tell them we on. We're going to meal prep a little bit, all right? All right, guys, we are back. And so we're going to jump right into some of this cooking we're doing today. So I am going to show you guys my ground turkey mix that I do. So this is the 90-10, 10% fat. It's going to cook really quick, and it's not going to leave much in the pan. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil in the pan just so it don't stick too bad. So just a little bit is all we need for that. And we'll get that in there. And so I mix that with some frozen three pepper and onion blend. And that looks like this. I'll cut the bag out. But I use this. This is just a quick. That way we got some vegetables in that meat. Okay. And then, so this is our first meal prep tray that we're going to put together. So it's going to be the ground turkey with the mixed peppers. And then we'll put our black bean and corn salad over it. Or black bean and corn mix. So these are things that you can mix pretty quickly and, throw it in the microwave and heat it up once you get it all done. So the main focus is getting the ground turkey cooked off, right? Getting it cooked done and making sure you season this pretty good because for whatever reason, ground turkey don't keep no flavor. It's hard to flavor ground turkey. And so I thought that this would be a good, to show you guys how I do mine because everybody don't do ground turkey, and then the ones that do don't, it be bland. So we want some flavor to our stuff, right? So of course, the peppers and onions are gonna give you some flavor. They're gonna give you a little bit of, that smoky flavor, like kind of like almost like a fajita taste. So we want that, and we're gonna put, we'll hit it with some seasonings, right? But we're gonna keep them simple. So I think I may have some, I don't know yet, but we're going to get this in here and get this working. Let that get going. And I'll cut you back on and we'll rinse out our black beans and corn because that's going to be easy, right? And I'll show you what mine looks like and I'll show you what one for Doc looks like. So I'll show you guys this corn and black bean mix. Of course, I use canned, right? You could use frozen, but I use the can. That's all right. Forgive the background noise. My kids are home from summer camp, and they are on the game playing, and they have not mastered be quiet yet. So in a minute, I'm going to tell them to turn it off, and then the whole day gonna be messed up. But this is the corn and black bean mix that I use, and this has been something that I've had on my meal prep for maybe forever. So I know this one is a good one. Heats up well, and then I hit it. And so with this one, I tell y'all, it can be up to you. So they have a fire roasted corn that you can buy in the can as well. That comes with like a little bit of like the peppers from Rotel in it. So it already has that smoked flavor to it. So you can use that, or I put the tahini seasoning on it. Is that it? Tahini? I don't know. I'm gonna show you when I season it up. So we're gonna get back over here to our ground turkey. And so this is part of our first tray. So this is that seasoning that I'm gonna put on that corn and black bean mix. I put this on pineapple, oranges, watermelon. Somebody hit me to this when I worked at the hospital a long time ago. I also, you know what? You can put it on avocado as well, and it's good. So yeah, that's what we use in the season, that corn and black bean mix. Also, so we're gonna use a little bit of this. We got Sister Tabitha season. I told you I use all kind of stuff. So we're gonna use that in the ground turkey this time. I love this particular one. She got one of them, the yellow one. It's kind of spicy a little bit. I don't really like spicy, but Doc do. So we're gonna put that off in there. We're gonna give it an old stir. All right. And like I said, this 90-10, it don't take long for it to cook, and it be sticking, so you gotta watch it. And so this, I wish I could smell this seasoning. I'm gonna put it right there so y'all can look at it some more. It's a smoky flavor, so it's got smoked paprika in it, but it's a sweet and smoky, right? So even if you don't want to have the like the taco seasoning taste to it, this will give it something different. I normally do like taco seasoning, put that in there, but this is a little lower in sodium, so we gotta watch. You know, sodium swells you up. That swells that gut up. So I know for me, sodas, a lot of salt, stuff like that on stuff high in sodium will swell me up. So I try to make sure I stay under or sodium free when I'm trying to be healthy as possible. So it don't always work out, but sometimes it do, right? So that's where we at. So here we got our ground turkey, getting brown. We're gonna let that go for another minute or two, and then we'll add our peppers and onions, and that'll be through. And so we'll go ahead and plate that up, make up our first meal. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have our peppers and onion mix tossed in, right? And so here's the reason, the science behind using the frozen, because of course you're like, oh, Chef Jeff, you use some fresh ingredients, and that's true. You are 100% right. But for the sake of this, I use these peppers and onions because it adds moisture. It adds a little liquid, because that ice, it'll melt and have some liquid in the bottom of that pan. So it gives that ground turkey, which is 90-10, and it's dry, and I ain't got much fat in it. It gives it some moisture in the bottom of the pan so it doesn't stick, and it starts to infuse with that flavor. So you'll have a little bit of flavor from the peppers and onions in that meat, and to give you something that you can feel. All right? I just ain't want y'all to be thinking of, you know, I'm being lazy, which sometimes I am, but I just, like I said, there's a science behind everything that I do. And this is one of those things that there is a science behind, because adding that moisture into there is not adding in fat, you're just adding in water. And so it helps it become tender, it helps it become flavorful, and so you ain't got no nasty ground turkey healthy meal. Because they don't be seasoning these meals out here, I'm telling you. They don't be seasoning them. I done had some, like I said, Factor. It's probably Factor meals, them probably the closest ones that I've had that is close to having something that's good as far as like flavor. So we're gonna let this go ahead and continue to simmer, and then we're gonna put together our meal. Okay, we got our black bean and corn mixture. So I told y'all I was gonna show y'all what I put in mine, right? And I showed y'all the Tajín seasoning, and that is what I put in there. So this is kind of like almost like a lime salt type deal, but it's not salt. It's something else, I don't know. But it's got a little kick to it. So I just hit it with a little bit of that. Like I said, we keeping it light because it's healthy. And this is the lower sodium version. So you see, as it said, reduced sodium. Boom. So, and I also like to hit it with one more thing. I'm gonna show y'all this. Show y'all. Don't tell nobody, okay? I'm gonna hit y'all with this one right here. Montreal chicken seasoning. A little bit of that in there. And boom. That's it on that. So we're gonna toss them up. And that's pretty much it. Now you can add salsa to this if you want. I'm going to, for the sake of this video, add jalapenos on it because I know Doc likes jalapenos. So I'll put jalapenos on it when we finish dressing them all up. And I think we're gonna put that ground turkey over some rice. And that's gonna be that. Okay, so let's put this one together, right? So I use rice, but I use the rice that's already pre-done. So when you heat it up in the microwave, it finishes, right? Because I don't want to have to cook rice, cool rice down, and cook it again, right? So this is 1 cup of rice. So we're gonna use that, okay? We're not gonna heat it up because when you heat up your meal, then you'll have rice to, your rice will be overcooked. So we're gonna do 1 cup, and this is how I do my meals. 1 cup or half a cup. So we'll do 1 cup of that corn and black bean mix with a little rice, and then we'll do 1 cup of the meat. And so like I said, for a Doc, Hers are a little different because she likes a little drizzle on it and all that. So I'm going to denote which ones are hers. And then we'll put that right in the middle like so, like that. And so once you finish, you can put this right in the microwave. It's ready to go, ready to eat. Ready to go, ready to eat. Check that out. Get in there on there. It's ready to go, ready to eat. And so we gonna be fancy. Nah, I'm lying. We just gonna, because we know the doc likes a little kick, a little more kick than others. We're gonna put a few jalapenos on top here. And then sometimes I'll throw some salsa on top of her corn, but I'll let her do that this time. So we'll just hit them. We'll put some jalapenos there. Yeah. And so, like I said, this is more healthy than not. What we doing is more for convenience, right? And to kind of stay focused. Because if we don't have stuff like this, we'll fool around and be at McDonald's. We'll have pizza, Chick-fil-A. You know, Chick-fil-A, you pull up and then there's, you got 12 count. Before you know it, you got a 12 count nugget. You think you're doing something because you ordered a salad with nuggets on it too. So this is one of the meals. So the next one will be a salmon dish. We'll do salmon with some vegetables. So I'm gonna cut y'all off and then we'll come back with that one. Quick episode. I just want to show you guys how my meal prep is done around here. Here's one more, guys, I wanted to show you guys. Now this is totally off of left field, but hold on, I'm closing my refrigerator door. My refrigerator got a time on it. Anyway, this is another one that I wanted to show you guys, and this is strictly just kind of using leftovers from what we had. So we were taco people. We will eat tacos every day if you let us. So we found a place called Pepper Street Tacos in Grand Prairie, and I go there probably every Saturday. We will eat tacos on the weekend, like they're never gonna make another taco again. So sometimes I don't eat all of mine, right? And so I take my leftovers from that and I will make a meal prep out of that. And so it's just basically rice with the chicken and cilantro and onions on it. So I love that, you know what I mean? So that's another one like I said, you don't have to really think a whole lot about it, because if you know where they're coming from, or you know where, the sources are, as far as like, okay, I know that this is grilled chicken, right? I know the onions and cilantro are great over rice. We're good. Okay, guys, and for my last amazing trick, we're gonna do a piece of salmon. So here's the thing with the salmon, guys. You don't have to cook it all the way, but you definitely want to cook it more than not done, right? So here's the reasoning why. Salmon, when you cook it all the way well done, it's gonna be dry. You don't want it to be dry. We did a pan-seared salmon, blackened salmon here. So we got some spices on it. Here's what I used. The Cajun two-step, the fire version, and a little bit of this. I know. And then a little bit of this one. Yeah. Yep. So, yep. We use those three on the salmon. We want to cook it probably medium, right? What is that? That's probably like 145, 140. We want to cook it more than 145. 160 is well done. That's too done. So probably about 145 to 150. Pull it, let it rest, and then go ahead and set it on top of your meal, right? And so what that does is you lock in the moisture. It won't be dry. And shoot, there we go. Now that is a big piece of salmon, right? I know that, but that's all I had, because as soon as I said I was gonna meal prep, it started raining like crazy. So that is what we got. And I ain't want to run in the rain today. So that's going to be our last and final meal. Like I said, we just did some quick ones today. We did one with some leftovers. We did some with ground turkey and our corn and black bean mix. We got salmon, green beans, and brown rice, right? And then we got one that's just green beans and ground turkey. everybody likes something different. Excuse me, got a little smoky in here. Everybody likes something different. And for me, I just like to not have to worry about, cooking 3 or 4 different things. One thing about Doc, she'll get down or whatever, but sometimes I don't want what she wants, right? And so this is like I said, the reason why I started meal prepping is so that there's a variety of things already pre-done, and all you gotta do is heat them up in the microwave, and everybody's satisfied. So that's it on that. Yeah, guys, meal prepping. This dope cooking show. Here we are. So that's just kind of just something real quick that we did in this episode. I just wanted to see it, let y'all know like it's not hard, but you just got to put some thought into it just a little bit. And boom, there you go. Grab one of these, and everybody's microwave is different, but 2 to 3 minutes, and you got a hot meal. And you can run out the door with this. We've grabbed some of these, and we've left, like going to soccer practice or going to try to get to some type of career fair or whatever. We had a meal on the go. So thank y'all for tuning in, guys. Hope this was helpful. See y'all next week. So, guys, like I said, I hope this was helpful. If you got any comments, concerns, issues, any more things you want to talk about, something that I didn't quite cover, that you didn't quite grasp the concept of, message me, hit me in the comments, send me a DM, leave it under this video. It's all good. We doing this thing together, and no big eyes, little U's, you know what I'm saying? Family. Tune in to BS3 Network. Check out some of their programming. Check me out.